My grandfather fought in the Second World War, and happily he came back. And he went to a city, Kaliningrad, as somebody know, Kaliningrad and Königsberg, and they went there to drive tanks to get ready for war. And it is not that sad. He told me about it, and it was horrible stories. But about 62 years later, I heard about a pupils exchange to this city, and I said, okay, my grandfather has been there, what about going there? And I told him, and that was, I think it was a changing moment in his life, because he went there in war and in hard times, and I went there in the complete opposite thing. And he had tears in his eyes, and I said, yes, of course, why not? And we go there by train, and if any one of you wants to travel somewhere, I would advise him to go by train and not in the first class, but in the second class or lower, as low as you can get, because then you meet the strangest people you can imagine. And our plan was to go to Berlin and then with the night train to Kaliningrad. Sounds simple, it isn't. Because if you go by train, there are always problems. To Berlin, it was not a real problem. We started on Thursday morning at 7:30 in Betzdorf, a few kilometers from here. To Berlin, it was simple. 15 o'clock in Berlin, sometime in the city. After that, about 9 in the evening, we came back to the train station, to the main station, and our teacher said, okay, what about checking the schedule, whether a train is really leaving from here? And there was no train. So he asked someone from the service, and they said, okay, your train to Kaliningrad doesn't leave from Berlin main station, but from Berlin-Gesundbrunnen. Does anyone know Berlin-Gesundbrunnen? No, me not this time. Okay, so we go to we drove to Berlin-Gesundbrunnen. It's just one station away, and waited, about half an hour, 1.5 hours, and it was later. And we met someone from the Deutsche Bahn and asked him, is there any train leaving from here tonight? And he said, no way, you're lost. And we stood there, we go back, Berlin-Gesundbrunnen, Berlin main station, and stood there, middle of the night, don't know where to go. The guys from our group suggested, okay, go and have some drinks and go home tomorrow. No. So we asked, we looked for a hostel in Berlin-Gesundbrunnen. That means main station, Gesundbrunnen, and slept there. Imagine you own a hostel, and in the middle of the night, a group of 18 people walks in and asks, can we stay overnight? And I think the owner had two thoughts. One of them was, okay, in the middle of the night. The other was, yes, that's right. And we slept there. The next morning, our teachers went to Berlin main station, checked our tickets for the next day, went back, Berlin-Gesundbrunnen, get us, Gesundbrunnen, main station, and get in the train. And it was a night train. The night train had been one way. Now we have to change the train several ways. So, Berlin main station, train, drove to Poznan. Does anyone know Poznan in Poland? Yes. I have never been to Poland before, and my first impression was, okay, it's completely different from Germany. And the city of Poznan is so completely different from the city in Germany. It's always a little bit dirty, a little bit old, and we had 3 hours there. And while we were there, they were building on the main station. So the one train were trains, and the other was built. And we changed the train there, and then we made a trip 5 hours in the next train, and there were so much strange people. One of our group made someone angry, and they shouted at him, but the guy of my group doesn't speak any word of the Polish language. So he sat there, and the guy gets angry, shouts at him, and he stood there, okay, what to do now? So we made our way to Poland, changed the train next time, go to the border, change away the border, and after that we made 42 hours of way straight across Poland. What should have been 18 hours or so. And yes, it was in Russia. I've never been to Russia before, and I've had the impression of my grandfather in my mind, and I came to Kaliningrad and looked and said, what's this? That has nothing in common with this, what my grandfather told me, but okay, it's an experience, it's different from Germany, of course, and I said, okay, let's see how things go. And we made some cool things. For example, I drank original Russian vodka with original Russian people on an original Russian beach. That was cool, but Russian vodka makes faster drunk than the one that you get here. And this was, of course, not. It was a funny way to go there. Yeah, we flight back to Germany. We didn't want to go by train back. It was horrible. But I think why I'm telling you this, it was not a turning point in my life. But I'm telling you this in memory of my grandfather, because I had a really close relationship to him, and because it is such an opposite. He got there in war, and I got there in peace times, and this is a turning point and a new beginning. Because in this moment, when I told him, okay, I go there to Kaliningrad, you have been there 62 years before me, and he had tears in his eyes. It was a moment where I felt, okay, this is a turning point in his life. He was there 88 years old, yes, and not for me, but if he would be here now, he would tell you this story. So thank you for listening.